Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying so long. Listening to an urgent discussion, lamentably I have to say that as I was working in human rights since the 80s, that it got a bit out of fashion. I remember in the 80s and even in the beginning of the 90s, all people were really interested in human rights and active. Now people accepted that human rights are not so interesting as economic and other interests. Nevertheless, we heard today and we heard not. We heard not the people we should have heard who got the prize, who are both in prison. And I think that's something what we should always remind to other people. If you write an article, if you take part in some discussion, whatever you do, mention those people who are the really heroes, who are in jail and sometimes very tough prisons for their engagement in human rights. We are here pleasantly sitting in a hall, discussion and cultivated circumstances, but they have the really hard fate and they were not afraid. And therefore, what I would ask you all, don't be afraid either. I am afraid, myself, I am afraid. What about we don't dare anymore, for different reasons, to speak about violation in human rights in countries which are important, which are mighty, which are rich, which we maybe consider allies of ours. Human rights is something what you should always mention, even if it's not so pleasant for your host, if it's not pleasant for your political party or for whoever you are working. Please be more engaged. We need the same engagement as was, remember, 30 years ago. But I must say I was very pleasantly surprised about the very realistic and objective discussions here. I would like to thank for those who took part. And I would only ask you, don't get out of this room and say, thanks God the conference is finished. Now for 1 year, we don't have to hear about human rights. We need people in some parts of the world, very urgently, as you heard of the witnesses who spoke in the morning. In some parts, the danger is still more covered. But the human rights and the rule of law is in each our countries, in this country too, always endangered. So please be aware. Thank you so much for coming.